Okay, today we're going to spend some time practicing further how to revise using a mentor text. In life, when we work hard to improve at something, we learn from others and the work they do, and then try to implement that in our own writing. Yesterday, we looked at our own independent reading books as mentor texts for narrative writing. Today, I want to teach you that strong writers use another mentor text to revise their own writing. They look at several different mentor texts. A mentor text is a text that is in the same genre and form as the story or piece of writing that you're working on. All right, so let's review some of the charts that we've already made. If we look at the crow call, here we had examples of using a series of adjectives by morning, early, barely, light, cold for November. We repeated for emphasis. The war has lasted so long, he has been gone so long. We used verbs to show how something's done. I sit shyly. We used dialogue to help us visualize the character. Finally, I look over at him timidly and speak aloud. Daddy, I say, I've never gone hunting before. There's a lot of insecurity and meaning behind that saying. We describe posture and gestures. My legs pulled up under the too large t-shirt I am wearing, or shirt, I'm sorry. We can add humor. He adds chuckling. Add humor to show personality of a person. We can attach action words to allow us to tell more of the internal story. Finally, I look over at him timidly and speak aloud. So it tells us how we looked, when we looked, and how we spoke. I say, blank, blank, blank. We can embed moments from the past within. Father makes comment about the narrator's shirt. Narrator flashes back to the moment when the dad bought the shirt. So it's kind of like a flashback to kind of set up the story, to show what kind of people the characters are and how they feel about each other. We can use transitions to move the story forward. Now, as we go into the diner, we can make decisions about whether to tell our story in the present or past tense. Present tense makes readers feel as if they are right there with the characters. Crow call is told almost entirely in the present tense, except when she's flashing back. The setting can mirror the character's inner state. Grass, frozen after its summer softness, crunches under my feet. The air is sharp and supremely clear, free from the floating pounds of summer, and our words seemed etched and breakable on the brittle stillness. This setting itself matches the coldness between the narrator and the father and the fragility of their relationship. They are like strangers. It kind of like mirrors how at that moment she's very insecure and very uncomfortable almost with her father. Writers make comparisons in order to deepen descriptions. This comparison shows the emotion of the character. So I want to scamper ahead of him like a puppy. That tells us exactly how she's feeling. She's getting kind of excited. And lastly, writers create tension. This creates anticipation about what is about to happen. It is quieter than summer. There are no animal sounds, no bird waking noises. Gives you the impression that it's very still there, like at any moment something's about to happen. Alrighty, so let's go back to our presentation. And I want you to note there's also the chart for the Hunger Games. So if you go into your LA resource folder and pull up this day 7, practicing with Hunger Games, you can click on this link and it'll take you right to that chart. If you think you need some more examples, or in the LA resource file, there is just the chart all by itself. Okay, so now what you want to do is pick one strategy you haven't used yet to try out. In your head, name the strategy you plan to try out and how you think it's going to go. Look at your draft from last week and try out the strategy by revising your draft. You can do either the methods that you had started using before. You can either annotate it with like a number and then write on a blank page, or you can continue to use Post-its and stick them right where you would do the revising. Whoops. Okay, so now stop and try out another strategy. I'm sorry, after you've tried this strategy, take a moment, try it out, and then go on and try another strategy. It would be best to continue doing this until you have tried 3 to 4 strategies with your draft. So continue working on a strategy, then stopping, coming back, trying another one, and so on. So in closing, writers, when you read today and every day, keep in mind you can read with a writing hat and write keeping your readers in mind. So as you're reading your own books, continue to look for these strategies that are used in your books. Off you go to do good work today.